This democracy is going to end on the 29th of May, 2023. Please write it.
Those are extreme,
you know my
those
name.
Are extreme thoughts.
I am very, very happy to say it.
No,
you know my name.
You
introduced me.
Yeah.
Listen, don't stop.
No. I will, because those are extreme thoughts.
Alright guys, my name is N and I welcome you all to this channel. So the short clip you just saw is going to form the basis of our analysis in this video. My brother and friend K has given me the permission to go ahead to do a solo analysis, on this story. So the point here is there's a petition against Channels Television, by Bayo Onanuga of APC, and eventually NBC went ahead to slam a 5 million naira fine on Channels Television. Now the big question is what actually transpired, what happened? During the interview where the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party, that is Yusuf Datti Ahmed, was trying to explain his own opinion about the president-elect, about the whole election. And in that interview, he said that democracy will end on the 29th day of May if the president-elect is sworn in. And that was what Bayo Onanuga stood on, claiming that he had made an inciting statement. And because of that Channels Television, the anchorman at that time, that was Shehu Akinbaloye, who was interviewing Datti Ahmed, should have stopped him, from making those inciting statements. Now, at the end of this video, towards the end of this video, you're going to see a longer clip of that conversation between these two people, between Shehu and Datti Ahmed. And you will judge for yourself whether Shehu tried to stop Datti Ahmed from making those statements. You're going to see it in that video. Please watch that video and make your own opinion known in the comment section below. Because for me, two things were wrong. Number one, Datti Ahmed actually expressed his opinion as far as I'm concerned, and I think everyone has got the freedom of expression. In that interview, I did not see any insulting statements coming from Datti Ahmed. What he simply said was that as far as he's concerned, that due process wasn't followed during the election, which we all know. INEC failed us, and because of that, the constitution wasn't followed. He stated that according to the constitution, that for someone to be declared the winner of the presidential election, the person ought to have, got 25% from FCT, which the present president-elect never got. So it was on that stance, it was on that point that he claimed that the things that were done were unconstitutional, and that as far as he's concerned, anything that comes short of the constitution is not democratic. I mean, that is what democracy is all about. The government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And democracy must follow constitutional processes. So as far as his explanation went, what he was trying to say is that because the constitution wasn't followed, because the person who was declared on a false provision in the constitution, that means by implication, by extension, democracy will come to an end if you swear this person in. And he had called on the CGN and the present president not to swear in the president-elect. And when he was making those statements, Shehu tried to stop him. So for me, why I said two things are wrong is that I didn't say anything wrong in what Datti said. Datti was just making his personal opinion, what he understood, by what the constitution provides. As far as I'm concerned, he didn't say anything wrong. Now, even if we feel he went overboard, even if we feel he made statements that were too extreme, we also saw the professional ethics played out by Shehu, who tried to stop him. I mean, I'd like you to go and watch that video. I have it at the end of this video, so that you can make your own judgment yourself. And so the question is, do we not think that if we continue like this president-elect, if he eventually becomes a president, what will be the fate of the media? Because if simply because someone or a media station or outfit had done something that is not in consonance with what they believe, okay, and because of that, the petition and a fine was imposed, because for NBC to have even done that, for me, I see that as quite irresponsible. And that is why BON, that's the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, had actually queried, that fine by NBC on Channels Television, claiming that they do not think that due processes or investigations were really carried out. So I'd like you to go through the video, watch the video, and drop your 2 cents. Make your comment about what you think about this fine after you have seen this video.
Which is raised. Well, for the benefit of our viewers, let me just read quickly what section 134 says. And it says, a candidate for an election to the office of the president shall be deemed to have been duly elected, where there being only 2 candidates for the election, he has a majority of votes cast at the election. That is the first provision. Then he has not less than 1/4 of the votes cast at the election in each of the least 2/3 of all the states in the federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. That is a second provision.
Can I comment?
Go ahead, please.
This document you read is not a puzzle. It is in English. O levels that you wrote and I wrote and the justices and everybody that is a candidate wrote. It is law. The law is not a game for politicians to play. This document is not available for Yakubu to interpret that day. It is there for him to follow. The English is very clear. These are fundamental provisions of the Constitution. They come already interpreted. You cannot take a gun, shoot somebody, and then ask the family to go and get interpretation that you only fired your weapon and then it killed him. No. This Constitution is more than abundantly clear. It says and. Shehu, you know the meaning of and. We know the meaning of and. There is no justice beyond what is simplicity. Simplicity is justice, simplicity is wisdom, simplicity is knowledge.
All right. So that is an interpretation which you are giving.
Listen.
No, because there are other people who have argued.
There is a universal.
There are other people who have argued differently.
Go ahead.
And when Bola Tinubu was declared, he has a supporters. A lot of people were happy that he won the election. There were 38% of the votes cast were given to him. And those people are Nigerians
By INEC. I told you to be qualifying what you said, please. By INEC.
But that is what is presented officially, except otherwise
now
disputed.
you have
otherwise
qualified
disputed.
It. Go ahead.
If it's otherwise disputed, because that is what is fact that we know now.
You have qualified it. Go ahead.
So that is your interpretation of this provision, because some other people argue differently.
Those who have argued differently ended up helping our case, because they say that there is a certain ruling which says the FCT is a state. Good. FCT is a state. Where is the each of 25% for FCT? It is not there. That constitutional requirement has not been met. That certificate of return is null and void and cannot be sworn in as president. And let me tell you, the way they are going, disregarding the calls of the people, violating the Constitution, let them even go ahead, even if they swear in Tinubu Shetima on 29th of May. They are swearing in an unconstitutional government. Nothing will change it. I am not a careless, reckless speaker. I am working with the Constitution there, that document you just read. I'm following it. And I dare to tell you that swearing in Tinubu and Shetima is as good as swearing in the Nigerian army on 29th of May. If you swear in people that have not satisfied the requirement, you have, by so doing, ended democracy. The crisis I'm telling you now is that this our democracy is going to end. By the way we are going, this democracy is going to end on the 29th of May, 2023. Please write it.
Those are extreme,
you know my
those
name.
Are extreme thoughts.
I am very, very happy to say it.
No,
you know my name.
You
introduced me.
Yeah.
Listen, don't stop.
No. I will, because those are extreme thoughts. You know why? Because there are allowable language to be used on television, especially as it relates to our nation and the unity of this country.
Put your question and let me answer you. Put your question. I know what I'm saying.
If there is an official...
If you breach the Constitution...
But is it not left to the court to decide otherwise?
This is already decided by the courts.
But the authority in charge of the election gave a declaration.
If you are afraid for some things, don't ask for them.
I am not afraid. I will, as a citizen of the country, by the ethics and the guidelines of my profession, live by it. What is lawful? And I hope that you're a lawful citizen of the country. And so whatever the stipulation of the law guides, that if you are aggrieved about something, you go to the court to seek redress, isn't it?
This document is a product of the legal system. It has been signed into law by the President, Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria. I believe in this document. That is why I'm so lawful. That is why I'm so confident. And that is why however extreme it is, Sheung, I am saying it on national TV. I don't like to take risks. I'm not taking any risks. Swearing in a ticket that has not met the constitutional requirements of the Constitution, okay, is ending democracy.
Alright, thank you very much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please kindly do that now and click on the notification bell so that you would always get notifications when we drop our next videos. And please also do well to subscribe to our sister channel K&N Naija 5, where we drop a lot of top 5s on different aspects of life, from politics to sports to entertainment and so on and so forth. See you in our next video.